Hook, what if right now she's not thinking about you at all? Not replaying your memories, not wondering why you haven't called, not staring at her phone, waiting for your name to appear. What if she's not missing you? Not even a little. What if she's doing the same thing you are, practicing silence but not as a strategy, it's a reality, because she's already moved on? That thought stings, doesn't it? It cuts deeper than the silence itself. Most men, when they go no contact, still have one secret hope, that she's counting the days, that she's checking your socials, that any second she cave. But what if she's not? What if her silence matches yours not out of stubbornness, but because she's living as if you never existed? That's when you finally understand this. It was never about her. It's about you, your discipline, your frame, your ability to feel the ache of absence and not flinch. Because here's the truth. She can feel when you haven't truly let go. She knows when a man's strength is a performance and when it's real, and that changes everything. Introduction. What if she's not thinking about you? What if right now she's not thinking about you at all? Not once today, not while she made her morning coffee, not while she scrolled through her phone, not even when she passed that place you used to go together. What if she's not missing you? Not even a little. What if she's not counting the days since you last spoke? Now what if she's not staring at her phone waiting for your name to light up the screen? What if she's practicing the same silence you are, but not as a tactic, not as a test, simply because she's already moved on? Let that sink in. Most men, when they try no contact, do it as a move in a game. They think, if I don't reach out, she'll notice. She'll start to miss me. She'll regret her decision. But what if she doesn't? What if her silence matches yours, not because she's hurt, but because she's indifferent? That's the moment you realize this isn't about her. It never was. It's about you, your resilience, your ability to endure discomfort without crumbling, your willingness to stand in the emptiness and not flinch. If you're still checking the clock, still wondering what she's thinking, still measuring her absence like a prisoner counting the days, then you haven't truly let go, and trust me, she can sense it. Women have a sixth sense for this. They can feel when your strength is just a mask, when your silence is really a waiting game. That's why today we break the cycle. No more waiting. No more hoping. No more burning your mental energy on someone who may not even remember you. This is about reclaiming your power, about learning the art of emotional control, about walking away without hesitation, without leaving pieces of yourself behind. If you're ready, say it out loud. Even if it's just in your own head, I release what no longer serves me. Because from here on out, everything changes. 1. The trap of emotional reactivity. Reacting means surrendering your power. Every time you check her social media, you hand her control. Every time you replay old conversations in your head, you give her real estate in your mind. Every time you fight the urge to reach out. But still imagine how she'd respond. Prove she still owns your emotional state. The more reactive you are, the less respect she has for you. And here's the thing. Women don't even need to test you. Your actions tell the story. They can tell when a man is driven by his emotions instead of his purpose. And here's the brutal truth. If they can't admire you, they won't regret losing you. Most men fail here. They panic. They send the just checking in text. They post vague status updates, hoping she'll notice. They convince themselves that if she can see their pain, she'll come running back. But she won't. And if she does notice, it won't pull her back. It'll only confirm that leaving was the right choice. The man who stays silent, that's the man who makes her wonder, was I wrong about him? Did I underestimate him? You have two choices. Keep reacting, proving her right, or stop. Stop the cycle. Stop letting her dictate your emotions. If you're ready to stop being ruled by impulse, say it now. I control my emotions. They don't control me. To the illusion of control. You think they're in control. You think that if you wait long enough, if you play the no contact game just right, if you hold your silence long enough, she'll come back. But here's the truth most men don't want to face. That control It's an illusion. The harder you try to manipulate the outcome, the weaker you appear. You can't fake detachment. You can't post a photo at the gym while secretly checking to see if she viewed it and think she won't feel your energy. Women are highly tuned into this. They can sense desperation. It's the way you can smell smoke in a burning building. Even if you never speak to her, if you're still orbiting her world, she knows. Most men treat no contact like a fishing line. They throw it out, expecting to reel her back in. But if your silence is just a waiting game, you're still revolving around her reality. The man who truly detaches, he doesn't care whether she bites or not. He doesn't check the line. He's already building something else entirely. A life so full that whether she returns or not is irrelevant. Ask yourself right now, are you really letting go? Or are you just waiting in disguise? If you're ready to reclaim your focus, say it with conviction. I release what I cannot control. 3. The power of silence. Silence isn't just the absence of words, it's control in its purest form. Most men break. No contact because they can't stand the void. They think, she's waiting for me to crack. She's testing me. But here's the truth. She's not sitting there with a stopwatch. She's not bracing for your message. She's just living. And if she is watching, it's not to see if you'll speak, it's to see if you'll break. When you don't break. 2 things happen. She feels the emptiness she expected you to fill by chasing her. You prove something to yourself, that you don't need her validation. Real silence is a statement, it says. I don't chase. I don't beg. I don't need. That's why some men walk away. And months later, hear from her again. Not because they manipulated her, but because their silence forced her to confront the reality that they were never coming back. But here's the twist. When you master silence, you stop caring whether she returns. Because by then, you've outgrown the need for her approval entirely. Say it now and mean it. My silence is my strength, for how she perceives your absence at first. She won't notice, and that's the hardest part. Life will keep moving for her. She'll go out. With friends, she post, she smile, and you'll think, she doesn't even care. But don't be fooled. In the early days, she expects you to chase. She expects you to text. She expects some grand gesture that proves you still need her. When you don't. That's when doubt creeps in. The questions start. Why hasn't he reached out? Did I misjudge him? Has he already moved on? Women don't miss men who wait. They miss men who move on. Your indifference, not your silence, is what flips the script. It's not about punishing her. It's about showing, without a word, that your life didn't pause when she left. If you're ready to make her feel your absence, say it now. My absence speaks louder than words. 5. The test of patience is where most men fail. The silence becomes heavy. The days stretch out. The mind starts whispering. What if she's really gone? What if she's talking to someone else? Right now, what if I'm just wasting my time? And that's when they break. They send the just checking in text. They call under the excuse of returning something. They post something vague online, hoping she read between the lines. But here's the truth. The moment you crack, you confirm her decision to leave. Patience is power. It says, I don't need you to feel whole. I'm not waiting for your permission. To live, if she's also doing no contact, it's not because she's forgotten you. It's because she's watching. She's testing you. She's waiting to see. Who breaks first? The one who breaks first loses, so you hold the line. You make her wonder. You let her feel the weight of your absence without rushing to lift it. Patience is what makes her look back one day and think, maybe I was wrong about him. If you're ready to master patience, say it now. I am unmoved by fear. 6. The mirror affects. Her silence isn't always indifference. Sometimes it's a mirror. If she senses you're holding back, she'll hold back. If you chase, she'll pull away. If you beg, she'll lose respect. But if you disappear without a trace, if you vanish from her world with no breadcrumb trail, you force her to ask questions she didn't plan on asking. Was I wrong about him? Did I underestimate what he was capable of? Women know that attraction thrives on uncertainty. They also know that the one who reaches out first loses leverage, so she waits. And if you break first, you confirm her power over you. But the man who holds firm, who refuses to flinch, who lets the silence stretch until she feels it in her bones, that's the man who rewrites the story. Say it now. Control the frame. I do not break. 7. Emotional alchemy. Pain isn't your enemy, it's your raw material. Weak men drown in pain. Strong men forge it into something unshakable. You have 2 choices. Wallow in memories, stalk her socials, beg for closure that never comes. Or take that same energy and transmute it into something that makes you possible to ignore. Hit the gym, build your career, stack your skills, expand your network, become the man whose life is so magnetic that she wouldn't even recognize the guy she left. Here's the paradox. The less you need her, the more she questions losing you. She won't regret leaving the man you were, but she might regret losing the man you've become. Say it with me. I forge strength from suffering. 8. The inevitable shift. True. Detachment changes everything. Not the fake "I'm over it" mask. Not the performative social media posts. Not the forced smiles at parties. I'm talking about genuine indifference, the kind where her absence no longer stings, where your days aren't shaped around wondering if she'll reach out, where you've built such a full life that the thought of her return barely registers. At first, she'll assume you'll crack, but as weeks turn to months, it hits her he's really gone, and that's when doubt creeps in. Because women don't regret leaving men who wait. They regret losing men who evolve. Your silence stops being a tactic. It becomes a statement. I am the prize. Say it now. I do not wait. I evolve.